and Calvin, and another suspect is in the room, huh?
Exactly.
Can we call him a suspect?
We can.
We might better not.
See, it's our show, guys. This is one chance we get a chance to. But we're excited about what's coming on today. Right? Hey, I said at the top that we were going to be talking about domestic violence on this Sunday afternoon, and we have a gentleman that is going to probably give us more information than we, I don't want to say that we ever cared to know, because we want to know as much as we can about this insidious situation that unfortunately is very, very, very much a part of our society today, and it's something we need to put an end to as quickly and efficiently as we can. I'm talking about Judge Conyers is the presiding judge of County Criminal Court number 10 in Dallas County. Now, let me read a little something about this gentleman, and you'll understand why he I hope he's as excited about being here as we are about having him this afternoon here on 570. His court handles only domestic violence cases, and he has extensive experience with the issue of domestic violence, both in and outside of the courtroom, and has, as a matter of fact, worked to improve the legal system's response to domestic violence, day in and day out. Back in 2013, only 4 years ago, and again in 2015, the Department of Justice designated his court a domestic violence mentor court, one of only 6 to be so designated in the entire nation. And he has also received over $1.1 million in federal funds that goes directly to improve court functions. Now, back in 2013, the good judge received the Champion of Human Rights Award from Mosaic Family Services. In addition, he has received the 2009 Make a Difference Award from the New Beginning Center and was nominated for the 2008 Man of Influence Award by the Family Place. And you certainly know all the good things the Family Place does. So the judge serves on the mayor's executive task force on domestic violence for the city of Dallas and on the faculty of the National Judicial Institute on Domestic Violence. And Judge Conyers has trained over, other judges all around on the issue of domestic violence, all over the country, as a matter of fact. And just last summer, he traveled to Colombia and to India to train judges there as well. Did I get it all in?
You got it.
Sound good so far?
You got it.
And we are delighted to welcome the Honorable Robert Conyers, Jr. Welcome, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks, Scott. And I am excited to be here with you guys today.
I think we're more excited, though, because we were talking about this last week. This is an issue that we've addressed in the past, and as I said at the top, insidious indeed. But it's a problem that continues to be something in the forefront of our society every single day, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yes. Domestic violence is just such a plague on our community. It's, you could talk to police officers, you can talk to prosecutors, whoever. I mean, 911 calls alone that they have to answer just shows you the prevalence of domestic violence in our community.
Is it it just seems that we've become an angry nation, an angry world, but we're always mad, it seems. The days of being kind and genteel and friendly and, hey, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Now somebody waves their hand at you, they've got a finger up, and they're going down Central Expressway because you did something that they didn't like. I mean, it's become a mad world. Or is it that we're just hearing more about these things? I mean, a lot of times domestic violence was kind of, as they say, put in the closet. Now it's out, thankfully. So is it more prevalent today? Is it more of a problem today? Or where do we stand with all that?
I think domestic violence has been with us for a long time. It's not, it has gotten more notoriety. I mean, with Ray Rice, but you can even look back to O.J. Simpson and high-profile cases like that. But no, I think it's getting more attention, and that's a good thing. Like when we were on the mayor's task force, we advised the mayor and said, hey, you're going to see domestic violence calls go up because of you speaking out about it, because now he's raising the profile, and people who are in a violent relationship might feel more comfortable to now call or speak out about it. So you're going to see more of it, but that's a good thing, because domestic violence is one of those crimes that happens behind closed doors, and you want it to come out.
Well, Calvin, you're the good guy that brought the good judge to us today. Thoughts that you might have to ask the judge?
Yeah, I brought him along because I know that just from some of the cases I've had in this court and some of the situations we see, and sometimes people just look at us as, well, you're the lawyer, he's a judge, you have other people that play roles in the courtroom, but we're still citizens of this community, and we want some solutions to these problems, and we all want to handle them in a good way. Just because I'm a defense attorney does not mean that, hey, I want this to continue to go on. I want this problem fixed as much as we can fix it, and I want to give people as much help as we can when we can get them help, and try to identify those areas we can improve in.
Right, and I applaud Calvin, and I think that's the general attitude of criminal defense lawyers and the bar in general. Yeah, let's fix that problem.
Yeah, and let's do it now, huh?
Right.
Steve, Trey, how about you?
Yeah, I've got a question, Your Honor. What is the average profile of the person that comes before your court?
Well, the average profile of who I see in court is going to be about 90% males. I see a lot of folks of color, a lot of folks who don't have a lot of economic flexibility, who aren't very affluent. But just because those are the folks that I see doesn't mean that the communities that I don't see aren't seeing domestic violence. I mean, they have the same prevalence of domestic violence in their communities as in the communities that I see.
Yeah, it's in Highland Park, it's in South Oak Cliff, it's in wherever it might be.
Which is better hidden.
Right, exactly. And I think the folks who can hide it better because they have maybe resources to do that, or maybe they have more reasons to not want to bring it out.
Or it goes unreported.
Exactly.
What's the average age range, would you say, if there is one?
Yeah, the average age range is going to be on the young end, probably from 18 to 35. It's pretty rare, although I have seen, folks in their 60s and 70s. Again, it's
probably has been happening a long time.
Exactly.
When they're doing that.
Exactly. But no, I think the most prevalent age group is on the younger side.
What about repeat offense? What about, when somebody keeps doing it? What happens then?
Well, what happens under Texas law is that if you're convicted or if you have one domestic violence crime as a misdemeanor, if you get arrested for it again, then it becomes a felony, a third-degree felony, and you could look up to 10 years in prison for that.
Mm-hmm. And then what does your court handle?
My court handles misdemeanor. So it's a Class A's, punishable up to a year in jail. So you're talking about bloody lips, bloody noses, black eyes, but you're also talking about cases where there is no physical injury whatsoever. It might be a push-up against a wall, a slap, a punch in the stomach, thing. Pain is the threshold there.
What's the policy in your court for dismissals as far as the victim coming in, the alleged victim coming in and saying, I want to drop charges? And I remember when I was a criminal defense lawyer, it was very difficult to get that done. So what happens?
Yeah, I think what's most regular is that in a situation like that where maybe the prosecutors feel like they don't want to take the case on or they don't want to force the victim to go forward, but everybody wants to try to get the accused some counseling, have them do something. Then we send them to the Batterers Intervention and Prevention Program. And if he can complete that course, it's a 24-week course, then the prosecutors will agree to dismiss the case. Sometimes guys don't want to agree to do that, and then, the prosecutors will set it for a trial, and if the victim doesn't show, then they'll be forced to
I assume you order everybody to the BIP course.
Yes, yeah. BIP is a standard condition of probation, and for conditional dismissals, definitely. I find that it does work. I actually sat through the entire 24 weeks myself. I wasn't court ordered; I did it voluntarily. But I did it because I wanted to know what that course taught and what it stressed, and so that way I could speak intelligently and with some authority to the guys that I'd be sending there. And it's really one of the best tools I have in my toolbox.
Judge Conyers is our guest, and we're delighted to have him on board. He is a presiding judge of County Criminal Court Number 10 in Dallas County, and his court handles only domestic violence cases. And we're going to talk more. Maybe you've got something you'd like to share with us. Our number is 888-787-5543, 888-787-5543. You've had to deal with domestic violence. Maybe you know somebody down the road, maybe somebody in the family that has been a part of what all this is all about. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. 888-787-5543. We're back after this.